Hong Kong has been hit with its heaviest rainfall on record. A black rainstorm warning was issued last night, the first since 1884, as water flooded streets and homes in the city. 2 people are reported to have died and hundreds have been evacuated.
Hong Kong has been deluged by the heaviest rainfall since records began there 140 years ago. There's been major damage to homes and infrastructure after more than 15 centimetres of rain fell in just an hour. Roads have turned into rivers with cars submerged, and some metro stations and shopping centres have been completely flooded.
And it's a similar picture in Greece today as floodwaters continue to rise. Rivers burst their banks near Palamas and Karditsa after days of torrential rain. Emergency services have been deployed. Helicopters rescue people from rooftops after they became trapped in their homes.
After the fire, the flood. In Greece, at least 10 people are dead and hundreds stranded after torrential rains.
This is the heaviest rainfall that Greece has seen in decades. You can see the damage. Hundreds of people are still waiting to be rescued. And this comes after a summer of devastating wildfires.
And in Greece, hundreds of people are stranded without food or water for a third day after a devastating storm killed at least 10 people and caused enormous damage. Storm Daniel was the worst to hit the country for more than a century. Now, it's left a trail of devastation across the central region of Thessaly. Homes were swept away, roads and bridges collapsed, and much of Greece's best agricultural land is now underwater. Sofia Betitsa reports from Larissa.
A trail of devastation across central Greece. This region was hit by the heaviest rainfall the country has seen since records began. Entire villages have been engulfed by water. And a massive rescue operation is underway to evacuate hundreds of people trapped for days. Many without food or drinking water. Ksenia has lived in her house for more than 30 years.
And is that the one in the yellow tent?
Yes.
It's completely submerged in water?
Yes.
My home is completely destroyed. I have nothing left. All I have is my work, this house and my children, and now our home is gone.
Climate change is causing more extreme weather. Recently, Greece faced the worst summer of wildfires on record.
It's a tragedy. We will suffer for a very long time. The damage to our homes is irreparable. A lifetime's work gone in a couple of hours.
The damage to infrastructure is enormous. Many roads are impassable and bridges destroyed, adding to the problems faced by emergency workers.
Many people here are furious at the Greek government. They accuse ministers of using climate change as an excuse for poor building projects. Take this bridge, for example. It collapsed 3 years ago because of a cyclone, so it was rebuilt. And now it's completely destroyed again. For many Greeks, this is a symbol of government failure.
The army has been brought in to distribute food. This storm has destroyed crops on some of Greece's richest land. Nearly a quarter of this year's agricultural production has been lost. Tourism will suffer too, another blow to Greece's already fragile economy. Emergency services are preparing again to work through the night. The search goes on for people who are still missing, with the fear that the death toll could rise. The cleanup is just beginning. The long-term damage caused by Storm Daniel will take many years to overcome. Sofia Betitsa, BBC News, Larissa.